Today is the binder update video, and it's been quite a while since we've done this. We have lots of cards to add and lots to update you guys on. But we're finally ready to update and show you guys our progress so far. 3 binders to show you. And we're going to start off with Ash's binder. Which first, I'd like to give a big shout out to Gulf Coast Pokestop. We found them on Instagram. They did some amazing work, and they did this for us. The Discarded Dad's Ash binder. I mean, look at this thing. It is gorgeous. And a challenge this difficult, it needs a great binder like this. So we had to move things over. Because this challenge has been a roller coaster, guys. We've had lucky streaks in between. We've had moments where we've gotten back-to-back Pokemon. But we are definitely not giving up until it's done. And even still, we're not giving up anyways. We're going to find another reason to open packs, let's be honest, because we just enjoy this. And I hope you guys do too, and experience it in a unique way. That's the whole point of the Ash Binder Challenge, is to experience the Pokemon TCG in a different way that most people don't view it as. You know, the experience of pulling of a card that you're looking for, that you're focused on for your own interest, not for the value you're chasing, the value that you personally have with a card. And that's what it's about. So by doing this, finding a Tauros for 30, or finding a Caterpie, a Metapod, a Butterfree, has almost reignited our sense of adventure, of wanting to collect, to want to collect. Not because of what the value tells you to collect. And just having a good time doing what you love. Because if you're not having a good time, you're not doing the hobby right, guys. 100%. So we've gained some ground. But here's the problem. We have more Tauroses to catch. Tauroses. It's almost like counting sheep, but we're counting bulls. But that's gonna change after 30. We'll finally get into the other Pokemon, the evolution, like Charmeleon, Charizard, and so forth, and the Mr. Mime, which may be a little tricky right now. There's not many sets recently that has Mr. Mime in it. But as you know, that's where it goes from there, and the rest of the binder is pretty much everything else along the journey. Now, this collection was not meant to be a overnight or a short-term thing. We intend this to be the backbone of our channel right now. This is our main goal. This is our thing. This is our goal we want to complete, and to have you guys join us and do this along the way. Like I said, these Pokemon can only be pulled in the order that Ash caught them, out of packs only. No decks, no collections, out of packs. And we still get one mulligan, which for me, I'm kind of eyeballing a certain shiny Pokemon.
Bruh.
The best I know is only in one set, and that was like a long time ago. If you know, you know. But, you know, it'll go on, and we'll have several more to get. But, you know, this journey is not meant to be short, and it's also fun along the way to see what we come up with to complete this Ash's binder. And next, we do have another binder that I'm doing personally, and that is to collect every Scyther that has ever been made. That's right, Japanese, English, promos, all the Scythers, all kinds. And that progress has been a little slower than anticipated. My next binder completion was one of my personal favorites, and that's of course my favorite Pokemon, Scyther. I wanted to get every Scyther ever made and put into one binder. Now, truth be told, it was a task bigger than I anticipated, but as we've seen in other videos, I've made some progress. Now I have quite a load of cards to add to this personal collection. Fun cards to add, like Scyther EX. Oh, that e-reader card, it's so beautiful, and I was so glad to get hold of that one. We got some reverse holos and holos that I was desperately looking for, but every Scyther I was able to obtain got me one step closer to finishing my collection. And see, we got a duplicate there. That happens. Occasionally, I end up buying a couple duplicate ones, and I just compared them and put the best ones in there. You know, I'm not opposed to having extra Scyther cards, just like anybody else with their favorite Pokemon, so not the end of the world. But I obtained them various ways and started adding to it, and as you see, the binder is still quite empty. I've probably at this point only gotten about 45% of all the cards, and I feel like I gained a lot, but honestly, it's still a little bit bare. But some of the really cool cards, the Quaplus Scythers were great. The Undaunted cards, a lot of the more unique cards was very, very rewarding to get. Although there's a lot that I'm still missing. And a lot of the big hitters, guys, there's some huge huge Scyther cards out there. I didn't realize how big some of them were until I started doing this and researching. But nevertheless, I did, however, add another extension onto this when I recorded, and you'll see here also that I have changed binders. I've went back and forth to a couple different binders. I know it's not a Vaultx. Forgive me, guys. I know I preach on Vaultx all the time, and they are a fantastic product, but I'm waiting to get a specific binder. I'm wanting to maybe get a custom one if I could, to when I get this thing done, and then I'm going to really send it home in a very beautiful way and just finish it that way, or when I get close enough, I guess. After all these are said and done, and that big order that I got on TCG Player here has some more unique cards, and a lot of the verse hollows and such like that, but I was able to obtain them that way, and it added quite a significant dent into my collection. I ended up with a couple of cards that were a little out of place. I'm not sure where they belong to, so I have to look those up later. But some of them I did find homes for and fill in some of the slots. Ended up having a duplicate of the Pokemon TCG Classic Venusaur deck card, so I was happy to get a spare of those. Had a couple Rocket Scyther hollows that I was very proud of, unlimited. Couldn't choose really between the two, so I chose just the best looking hollow. That's usually how I go. If I got duplicates, I'm going based off the hollow, how good it looks, and that's fine. Just to note, guys, I have obtained a couple surprises for the next video. Hopefully, when I get the next one after this, I can show you guys some of the more special cards that I have hooked up for the Scyther binder. And flipping through, you see just how it's gained ground, but it's not really been filled up. But that's okay. I am still missing some of my favorite cards, the crown jewels you have to have. We're still looking for the first edition Jungle Hollow, the #1 Scyther to have, right? Missing the first edition Team Rockets Scyther. That one is one of my favorite Scythers, all of my absolute favorite, because the hollow is just amazing. And here you got the other languages I've added: Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese even. Those are probably not near all of them, but we're going to try to get all we can and just add it to the list. Why not? Now, moving on to one of my favorite sets ever made was the Pokemon Go set that I'm trying to master. That set alone has been quite difficult, surely because of how unpopular it was for a time there. It really didn't hit big until a little bit later. Now, it was big to me because I was hugely into the Pokemon Go game from the get-go, from 2016 on, and I'm still playing to this day. I did obtain quite a few cards to add to this one, so I was very happy about that. Most of them came from the Gaston Collector Con we had recently, but a lot more came from TCG Player once again. Big shout out TCG Player. I appreciate what you guys are setting up and doing, and it's helped me out a lot in my collection. The 3 Radiant Starter evolutions, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard, I did get from the Flip Show. That's a traveling trade show for cards, collectibles, and so forth. And I was able to get all 3 of them at the same vendor. Big shout out to those guys for all that they put on. And man, I was so happy to obtain these because these are beautiful little Radiant cards. Very overlooked. I did obtain the Mewtwo V. That was a happy one to get. I did obtain the Holo Ditto, as well as the Melmetal VMAX. But there's still the Rainbow Rares and the Hyper Rares of those. The Hyper Rares and the Secret Rares, of course. Knocked out the Conkeldurr V, the Metal V, and the Slacking V. Also dug up and found the Conkeldurr V alternate art, which is pretty cool, from the Pokemon Go commercial that I remember. Did get Professor's Research, that's a must for this. The Hyper Rare Dragonite VMAX was a pretty sweet one to obtain. Very happy about that. Check that one off. And the big one, the biggest card in the set, Mewtwo V, the alt art, number 72. That was a very prized one to get. Did some trading at the CCS show in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Thanks you guys for hooking me up. I also obtained a couple more of the team leaders for Pokemon Go, which the Blanche card, it actually ended up being a promo card from a collection box. Now this set was not so hard to get started on. I did have quite a bit of bulk for Pokemon Go because it's one of my favorite. But there's still some missing cards here and there, as you see. One that's probably going to eat me up is the Egg Incubator. The common card I just can't seem to get a hold of. But we're going to get it hold of eventually. If I have to get it off TCG or something like that, that's fine. It's out there, I know. We're still missing a few big hits though. Dragonite V, Metal, the Rainbow Rare, the Mewtwo Rainbow Rare. Those are some big hitter cards, but I imagine as popular as Mewtwo V-Star is, wouldn't be so difficult to find. Metal might be a different story. Of course, the rest of the remaining of the secret rares, the gold cards, the Lure, the Incubator, Mewtwo V-Star, those might come with a bigger swing of the price tag. But that's okay. We'll figure out something. We'll try to find them one way or another. Maybe we'll have to still rip some stuff just to get those final cards for the fun of it, right? So after going through all those cards, guys, we've done pretty well catching up and kind of filling the binders. But do remember, guys, you're collecting for your collection. Collect what you want, collect how you want. It's your investment, it's your personal choice, and enjoy it. Share with me, put in the comments, guys, what are you collecting? Where do you put in your binders? What kind of binder are you trying to fill up? All of one Pokemon, all of one type, what are you after? And since I recorded that, I've actually gained a few more cards to put in there, so you'll have to wait till the next video to catch those. And also, I got a couple big ones. Maybe one might say a couple crown jewels. And something big is coming next time. So stay tuned for next time, guys, and see what we got and see how the binder continues to go. And I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you did, like and subscribe. But I just wanted to update you guys on what we're doing as collectors. From a collector to a collector, we just want to talk about cards. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one.